You know, many years ago, the Lord appeared to me. He let me understand the need for us to learn how to minister from the inner place. There is no need for another ministry. There is no need for another church. There is no need for another man of God. But somehow God is still lacking sufficiency of men that are accurate in keeping to kingdom representation. And a man cannot be accurate beyond the level of his alignment to God. If he must speak the current counsel of God, it means you are aligned to God. And for you to be aligned to what God is doing for the now, you must be able to be in a place where God is now. God is not always in the outer court. God is not always in the inner court. But God is always habitated and tabernacle in the holies of holies. And if a man of God, a minister, must be accurate, he must be able to learn how to function from the holies of holies. And this is the only thing that makes men become accurate. And any man that does not know how to get into that place of advantage, there are days he will speak a counsel, but it's not of God. This is the reason why ambition continues to go beyond the limitation of what God intended to do upon the lives of man. This is the reason why all kinds of carnality, all kinds of expression of the ambitions of men cannot be thwarted. It finds it very hard for God to execute his will upon the face of the earth, because so many men have not come to the place where they are dead in themselves. Because for a man to be granted privilege into the holies of holies, he must have died and be given a life that does not really matter in the earth, it matters in the heavens. And just because he is given a life that matters in the heavens, suddenly he becomes relevant on the earth. But what granted him advantage to become relevant on the earth was not what you can trace to the earth system. It's what is an advantage in the spirit. And sincerely speaking, this is the reason why there are lacking of sufficiency of men that speak from the throne room. It's not because there are no churches. It's not because there are no ministry, but just because many people have speaking from a veil. And if you must be granted access into the holies of holies, you must understand a protocol. It may not be the same as mine, but you must understand your own, because at the tail end you must be able to come into the place where you can minister spirit and life. And the Lord told me ministration has switched to spirit administration. And if you cannot administer spirit and life, you are wasting the time of people. And this is the reason why sometimes you see we do the things we do just so that we can be granted access. By the time we are granted access, utterance is common. Unction is common, and every privilege and advantage that comes with the presence of God is something that we cannot beg God for, because there is nothing we can do about it. The Bible speaking says while Jesus Christ was teaching, the power of God to heal was present. It didn't focus on the power to heal, but while he was teaching, suddenly it came. But while he was teaching, there was a heart posture that he sustained, and that is what I'm trying to bring us into. You must be able to understand whether the miracle, the healing, whatsoever you are needing right now is not what we are going to get now. It has already been given before. Ours is to be able to align to a procession in the spirit to be able to receive what has been made available. Massacre may never change in the next 10 years, but you can change. Massacre may remain the way it is for the next 30 years, but you can change. Why? Because location don't need to change. People have to change. People bring relevance to a location. It doesn't matter how your village is, it can remain the way it is, but by the time you upgrade, suddenly you add life and you add name to the location. Jerusalem may still be deserted as of now, but something happened in time that make it a city where everybody must hear about. God does not love a region, no. Men make a region to be delightsome. And I want you to understand that it doesn't matter how your place is, so long as you can tap into the heart of God. Not just only the place, your life in itself become a delightsome wonder. And that is what the Lord intends to do. But for your life to bear relevance, it must actually come from a holies of holies. And sometimes that place is too secret for normal men. The secret place is a place too secret that normal men cannot be able to perceive. It's not a place you go with your friends and your neighbor. It's a place that you go alone. You may be here together with everybody, but please, I want you to engage God alone. And until you have the heart posture that you are here alone with the Lord, you may never benefit from what will go on today. Help me appreciate your set man, Apostle Kelvin. Thank you so much for having me around. And his beloved wife. Also help me appreciate all the leadership of the ministry, all the ministers. Thank you so much. And my friend, I saw him praying so hard. You know, Gadi Chapman, is it Gadi Chapman? He wrote 5 love languages. I realized one was missing. There was a love language that was not there. One was the love language of prayer. And I didn't know why he didn't include that. Maybe peradventure he was not in the same class that we were trained. But while we were in school in the spirit, we realized there was a love language of prayer. And I realized anyone that pray, I love them naturally. There is a beauty that can only be revealed while you pray. And if you don't pray, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are ugly. It will take time, but the ugliness will show. It doesn't matter how ugly you are, if you pray, there is a beauty in the glory. It will be revealed over time. Nobody wants to marry a beautiful woman. Everyone wants to marry a woman that can heal the sick, raise the dead, and cast out demons. In the days when demons come, beauty don't deliver you. Beauty was what took Esther to the palace, but it takes prayer and fasting to keep her in the palace. In the days when the law was passed, they say, take away beauty, let her die. She said, gather the people, let them pray and fast. If I perish, I perish. There are days when beauty will fade away, but prayer and fasting will survive. Add something to your beauty. Is that okay? Appreciate your neighbor sitting left and right, and have your seat. Let's see how we can be able to this night. Thank you so much. Wow. The warriors of the northern hemisphere. They have prayed. Let's educate a little bit, then we see how we can pray again. Thank you so much for having me here again. Like I said, thank you so much. Go with me to the book of Mark 16. Are you there? I want us to consider something briefly, then we take our time to pray. I trust God that today and tomorrow your life is going to shift, your life is going to change. Let's start from 15. The Bible says, and he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be dead. Say, and these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly things, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So they, after the Lord has spoken unto them, he was received up in heaven and sat on the right hand of God. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord walking with them and confirming the word with signs following.